世界のみんなとつながろう Bridges across world communities.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bridges Across World Communities, sponsored by NIA, the Nishinomiya City International Association. My name is Thelma.
And I'm Floyd. Each month we provide practical knowledge for daily living and important information about disaster prevention.
This program is for English-speaking residents in the Nishinomiya area and is broadcast on the second and fourth Saturdays of each month from 12 noon to 12:15.
This month we'll talk about Furusato Noze, or hometown tax donations.
Our disaster prevention tip is about fast rising water levels and sudden flooding in rivers.
And we have the second half of our interview with Mr. Claudio Delar, originally from France and now living in Nishinomiya.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会です。
Happy April, Thelma. Did you go anywhere for Ohanami this year?
Yes, hello Floyd. Yeah, our family went to Hastenbos in Nagasaki to view the cherry blossom and tulips. And also we enjoyed the warm weather there. How about you?
Well, my wife and I always go to Shukagawa for our Hanami. And this year was the first time in about 3 years that you were allowed to sit and picnic by the river. It was really relaxing.
Wow. So what's our topic this month?
Furusato Noze. Do you know about this?
Oh, of course I do.
Then let's give a brief summary about it to our listeners.
Okay. First of all, Furusato Noze literally means hometown tax. It's a tax donation program started in 2008 to support regional areas facing shrinking tax revenues due to depopulation.
Yeah, the Furusato Noze program is a great way for people to support their hometowns and prefectures where they grew up. However, people can donate to any community in Japan, not just their hometowns.
Of course, and there are incentives for those making the tax donations.
Yeah, that's right. You'll usually receive special gifts and unique local products from the municipalities to which you donate.
Yeah, and you also get a tax deduction on your income and residential taxes that is almost as big as your full donation.
Yeah, there is a limit to the allowable deduction, and it depends on your income and family structure. But in most cases, any amount of a Furusato Noze donation over 2,000 yen is deductible from your next year's taxes.
And you can donate to multiple municipalities too, not just one location, Floyd.
Yeah, that's a good point. And when contributing to the development of a local area, you can choose which projects that you wish to support. For example, there may be international projects, environmental projects, tourism projects, and so on.
Yeah, and it is used to be difficult for foreign residents to use the program because most of the information was in Japanese. But now there is a Japanese English website called Furusato Japan, which makes it easy to understand and benefit from the Furusato Noze program.
Yeah, I was checking the site earlier this week and found it clear and organized and easy to use. However, only a limited number of municipalities have joined in so far, but it is growing in popularity.
Yeah, and I like how you can search for benefits based on type of gifts, municipality, donation amount, donation use, popularity, and so on. And there's also a clear tax information and user guide.
That's right. Now, we can't go over all of the details here, so it's best for our listeners to visit the Furusato Japan website. First of all, you select English, then click on the Tax Information and Guide link for an easy-to-follow explanation of all the steps to make your tax donation and receive your gifts.
And how about a simple example of making a donations?
Okay, let's say, based on your income and number of family members, that you qualify to make a tax donation of 90,000 yen to a selected community. Now, everything over 2,000 yen, or in this case 88,000 yen of your donation, can be deducted from your next year's income and residential taxes.
But you're still out 2,000 yen, right?
Yeah, that's right. But the community that you donate to will send you gifts worth up to 30% of your donation amount. Or in this case, it would be 30,000 yen. So it might be something like a sukiyaki set, 100% koshihikari rice, some tuna, or whatever.
Wow, that's a good return on your 2,000 yen investment.
Yeah, and you're also giving much-needed help to a local community.
Now you feel good, they feel good. It's a win-win system.
Yeah, well, it's not all wine and roses.
Oh, yeah? What do you mean?
Well, according to an article in last November's Japan Times, some urban areas have lost a large amount of tax revenue due to these deductions. Yokohama, Nagoya, and Osaka lost a combined total of 50 billion yen, and Tokyo has even refused to participate in the program.
Oh.
Yeah. And competition among municipalities intensified to the point where rules were put in place to limit the value of gifts to under 30% of the donation amounts. Several areas were excluded from the program for violating the rules.
But in general, it's a good program, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And we encourage our listeners to check out the Furusato Noze system and give it a try.
7.7 Sakura FM.
And we'd like to welcome back Claudio Delar for the second half of our interview.
Hello, everyone.
And bienvenue.
Merci
I get to
beaucoup.
practice my French again.
Parfait.
So, anyway, last month we were talking about, all kinds of things, but I think we ended up with you after high school moving on your own from Italy into France, Lille in France.
Correct.
So, again, why did you, and you went on your own, right?
I was on my own,
So why
yes.
was that? Why did you do that?
I was raised in Italy, but
Yeah.
of course my mom was French and we would
Yeah.
speak French at home.
Ah.
I went to a bilingual high school,
Mm.
and I felt this need to also connect with my French identity.
Hmm.
So that's mainly why I decided to go there. Also, I would say the university system in France is better compared to Italy.
Ah.
So I wanted to try something different and connect with that part of me that could not be expressed 100% when I was in
Interesting.
Italy.
So I think you were saying earlier that when you were in Italy, you were sort of the French guy,
Yes.
and when you went to France, you were the Italian guy.
Exactly.
So what felt better, being the French guy or the Italian guy?
Maybe culturally, I would say it was easier for me to understand Italian culture as I was there for 18 years.
Mm.
So when I was in France, people would, of course, they would call me the Italian guy, but in a positive way. They wanted to know more about my culture and my background. While in Italy, it was more of, oh, you're not from here. You don't belong here.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was the main difference, I would say.
So you went to high school, or we went to university in France, and then you came to Japan on a 1-year exchange, back to France for a year.
Yes.
And then you've been in Japan since then, 2017. You came
Yes, correct.
back. So now, describe your experience coming here. I mean, it must have been quite a change for you. I'm kind of moving into Japan.
Definitely.
Any things you want to share about that?
Let's see. Life in Japan. Where should I start?
Well, I noticed you mentioned something about you thought it was serene here. Life was serene in Japan.
Yes, I feel.
What do you mean by that?
I feel that, of course, everyone says that Japan is a convenient country, which is true. But there's not just that part. I feel, especially living here in Nishinomiya, you're very close to nature. And I really love hiking and just feeling that connection with nature itself. So there's a good balance between my work life, personal life, something that maybe would not be possible outside of Japan. Also, maybe there's a certain degree of exoticism in here. It's exotic. Being in Japan is exotic.
Okay.
So I really like that. And yeah, I think that's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I never expected to be living in such an urban area. I mean, we're basically in the middle of a megalopolis, between Kobe, Osaka, Kyoto, all that. But as you mentioned, it's very easy to go hiking here. I mean, we can just walk half an hour and be in the mountains.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a very calming thing.
It is.
I can't imagine living in the middle of Tokyo. So.
Also, I think public transportation helps a lot. Even if you don't have a car, you can really go anywhere you want.
Yeah, with the trains, you mean?
Yes.
Now, there was something here also, you mentioned something called, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, Tatemai Honne.
Honne Tatemai culture.
So I think I sort of think I know this, but can you explain how you experienced this?
Yeah, that's a trait of a cultural trait of Japanese society, which is how people would show themselves, interact with other people. For example, they kind of keep a certain distance with you, and they have to follow certain rules, and they might not show their real self, and that is the tatemae.
Okay.
And maybe in more private situations, they would just be themselves, and that is called honne. So, yeah, I think that it's part of the culture, and it's also connected to the idea of harmony in society.
Yes.
Like they really try to keep that harmony and a certain degree of politeness and respect, which maybe stems from an outsider's point of view. Like I'm not from here, so from my culture that feels more like, in France you would tend to be more individualistic. Like,
I guess give your opinion or be a little stronger in your opinion.
Yes. Well, maybe in Japan you would be more careful and keep things for yourself and just try to go with the flow and respect that. Like, not you respect yourself, but you need to respect the group first of all. Yeah.
I think my wife has explained this, or tried to explain it, that, I mean, Japan is a small island country with a lot of people, and to keep the peace, to keep the harmony, I think that all these kind of cultural rules are sort of been ingrained, so to keep things going smoothly. But interesting. It's interesting that you've experienced that. I guess for me as a foreigner, I always find, everybody's so friendly and they're so nice. It's
it may be true too. Yeah.
So now, is there any other areas, like what else are you up to, or things that you'd like to pursue in the future while you're here?
I really like my job right now. I really like that. I feel I want to stay there and keep teaching. I'm passionate about teaching.
Wow.
And maybe a project would be buying a house more in the countryside, and I really like nature, as I said before. So I want to feel more connected to it.
Have you looked at any houses yet?
I have actually also visited some houses.
Whereabouts?
Around Akashi.
Yes.
It's a nice area, but we will see. I feel I need to get my permanent residency first.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
I think you have a good future ahead of you here.
We will
seem
see.
to be adjusting really well, and good luck to your partner and the two of you together.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
防災情報です。It's springtime again, and many people are outdoors viewing cherry blossoms, having group picnics, and enjoying other activities along rivers and streams.
But to keep safe, you should always pay attention to the river and be prepared for the possibility of a sudden rise of water levels.
Even when it's not raining in your area, heavy rains upriver or in the mountains can quickly rise water levels downstream where you may be walking or picnicking.
If you notice the river water has suddenly become cloudy, it might be a danger sign that water levels are rising quickly and the river is about to flood. Now, if this happens, immediately get away from the river. NIA's Japanese language classes will be starting again this May, and there are several courses to choose from.
Elementary and intermediate level classes will be held at NIA on Monday evenings.
Beginner and elementary level classes will be held at NIA on Thursday mornings.
And intermediate level classes will be held online on Sunday mornings.
So it's important you should apply early and choose the course and schedule that's best for you.
Yes, and for more details, please check the NIA's website or Facebook page.
For applications and any other inquiries, contact NIA at 0798 328680 or send an email to nia@nishi, that's nishi.or.jp.
Our English-speaking staff will be happy to help you. Please continue to be careful and stay safe.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会でした。
Have a great weekend, everyone, and happy Easter!